Rudiger, if I was born on November 23rd, 1965, what day of the week was that?
I think it was a Tuesday.
A Tuesday. Yep, that is a Tuesday.
Many autistic savants can calculate calendar dates, but the thing is, they don't know how they do it. Snyder wants to know, does Rudiger truly comprehend the mechanics of what he's doing?
Our team decided that we would change the question, which would require a different prescription, and we wanted to see if he could do that. On what years between, say, 1930 and 2030 did November 23rd fall on a Thursday?
I never did this before, but I will try. I think I could do it. In 1933, in 1939.
But he's not stumped. Right on the spot, Rudiger comes up with a set of rules for solving the problem. A new algorithm.
1950, 1961, 1967.
And my God, he was able to change the way he normally calculated things and come up with the years, and then he corrected them for leap year.
1944.
1944.
1972. 2000 and 2028.
That's right.
Okay.
That's really interesting, and you say you've never done that before. Very good. Very good. You are not an autistic savant type of person. That showed me that he is not a slave to a particular algorithm. He was able, on the spot, to change it, which is sort of extraordinary.
Snyder's savant theory just doesn't stand up. And more than that, Rudiger has just done what some scientists thought was mathematically impossible.
What's so interesting about this is you invented an algorithm very quickly. You know, there are scientific papers that claim there is no algorithm, which is interesting. You've obviously invented one. I expected him to be this weirdo savant who would, you know, fall into the spectrum of autism, and we would be able to pull out that and show you exactly this, how he does it from being subtly autistic. But he wasn't. It's much more mysterious, much more interesting.
87,247,837,972,972,000.
Despite his history-making algorithm, Rudiger isn't satisfied. He's already planning to perform another breakthrough calculation, this time for millions of people.
702 ABCC.
A popular Australian morning radio show is having Rudiger on as a guest, and they're going to ask him to tackle a complex calculation.
Rudiger Gamm, a German human supercalculator, is coming on the show this morning. Rudiger, who taught himself how to do maths at about the age of 19 and really wasn't special at it at all at school before then, is going to bring his prodigious mathematical mind into the studio.
Rudiger is about to do something never before attempted by anyone. He will try on live radio to calculate every power of a number the host will spring on him and get them all right.
I'm very excited because Rudiger Gamm, German supercalculator, is coming on the show after.
The radio host, a former mathematician, is about to ask Rudiger to do something he's never done before.
Those answers will blow you away. After 7:30 this morning, first of all.
Rudiger doesn't know it, but he's about to be given the number 83. And he must calculate consecutively every power of 83 without making a single mistake.
I'm very excited by our next guest, the human calculator. Rudiger Gamm is here in the studio. Good morning, Rudiger.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Rudiger, you're amazing at calculations now, but in high school you weren't very good at mathematics. Is it true that you actually taught yourself? You were no good at school?
I discovered my abilities exactly 2 weeks after I have left school.
And it all went from there.
Yes.
Next thing you know, you're a human calculator. I'm going to give you a 2-digit number.
Yes.
And you're going to tell me what the powers of that number are. So for people at home, when we do 2, the powers of 2 are 2 and 4, and 2 cubed is 8, 2 to the power of 4 is 16, etc. I'll give you a 2-digit number, and why don't you just keep telling me the powers until I've got a calculator here, and I'll see if I can keep up with you. So let's start with the number 83. 83.
Yes. 6,889, 571,787, 47,458,321.
Correct, Rudiger. Keep going, keep going.
0, 2, 5, 5, 2, 6.
And in Australia, Rudiger has reached 83 to the power of 9 without making a single mistake.
1, 5, 5, 1, 6, 0, 4, 1, 1, 8, 7, 2, 0, 5, 8, 5, 3, 4, 4, 9. 1, 2, 8, 7, 8, 3, 1, 4, 1, 8, 5, 3, 8, 0, 8, 5, 8, 3, 6, 2, 6, 7. 1, 0, 6, 8, 9, 0, 0, 0, 7, 7, 3, 8, 6, 6, 1, 1, 2, 4, 4, 1, 0, 1, 6, 1.
Rudiger, you're absolutely correct. I'll stop you there. Okay, that number we were getting up to was 10 billion trillions.
Yes.
I'm not even going to begin to try.
Yes, up from the 7th power, I don't know the names in English.
Oh, that's why you had to stop and read out the numbers.
Yes.
It's an amazing mathematical ability you have, and studying minds like yours teaches us all about the power of our own human minds. Thank you so much for sharing that with us this morning, Rudiger Gam.
Breakfast with Adam Spencer.
Oh, you see, as a former mathematician, that was a borderline sexual experience. And what's 9 times 7?
63.
Yes!